I see it in my head. Numbers are easy, it's all baby math. I'm a cosmologist. I mean, I have a telescope that I use for seeing to teach people about the universe and space and our solar system. Now, I've had people come back saying, wow, you know, I'm in the medical field and you really addressed this and you addressed it in far greater detail than even I would have gone into, which is what I do. And so most of the time when a cosmologist comes up and doesn't know who I am and I say something, their mouths drop wide open. And, who are you and where did you come from? And how long have you been? Over 40 years. The fact that I don't have the degree is because Dad wanted me to not take a junk science, so I had to take medical. So I went for my MD because then I could pay for the equipment that I needed to do my cosmological research. So there you go. There are people that can do mathematics in their heads, which reminds me of my college placement exam when I went in there and totally blew it away in less than 30 minutes. And the last question turned out to be the final exam question for Advanced Calculus 151. And it takes 3 hours to work it out. And I did all the questions in less than 30 minutes. And they actually sent it to a lab to test to see if they had any pressure marks or erasure marks, and there were none. By the time I was 9 years old, I was already studying cosmology. And at 10 years old, I got a 2-week stint at a 200-inch telescope, which was one of the 5 largest telescopes in the world at that time in '73. This is something that I constantly keep repeating to people, and they don't seem to listen very well. But when you talk to someone that is a scientist, and I have studied cannabis for over 20 years, I have studied cosmology for over 40 years, biology for over 40 years, chemistry for over 40 years. That's why I can go in and basically figure out the valence numbers for any compound needed to be made through the atomic numbers off the periodical chart. And I'm one of those people that can do mathematics in their head without putting out any work. And I've done so, well, like another high school teacher that gave me F's for not showing my work. My father actually went in there and said, this test, every question is correct. They didn't show their work. By the time I hit college and did the placement exam, they're like, oh, what the hell, how did you do that? They were very inquisitive of how could this person do advanced calculus in their head and do it all in less than 30 minutes when it takes 3 hours for that last question. Religion must be destroyed. Churches must be pulled down. There should be no Islam, no Christianity, and no Judaism. This was me in 1999. This was me in 97. I know everything in the fields of sciences that I need to know to do my work. I can do any fields. I've proven that since I was, 13 years old? When I took a science teacher and destroyed his ass in a test that was way too far above our level. You do see what I do, don't you? You do get what that is, don't you? You do start to realize, wait a minute, that's a telescope. Yes, it is. I know the truth. This is what I looked like. Okay? Back in those days, it's like 33. And any woman that's got 20 more years on her is going to say, boy, I remember when I was in my 30s and in my 20s and how pretty I was. And they lost their youth and the beauty doesn't seem to last so long.